Everybody, I'm Jude, and today I'll be telling you about some animals that prove God's existence. Before we get to today's video, please like and subscribe to see more future videos because my old channel got deleted, so my new one, Jude's One World, only has 8 subscribers and my old one had 40. So please subscribe if you're able to. For our first animal today is the olm. The olm looks milk-colored and has very pale skin, almost translucent. You might be thinking, well, the olm looks like an axolotl. They are different creatures, but they're both salamanders, and they both like water. I mean, a lot of salamanders like water most. But the olm is an amazing creature. This is an axolotl. Axolotls and olms look similar, but they're different. But they both have external gills. This is an olm. Olms are longer and more snake-like and have no eyes. They live in underground caves in Central and South Europe. They have no eyes. They are blind. Thanks to poorly developed eyes. They don't really need eyes anyways because they're in dark caves, but those red fans you see on the side of their head, those are external gills. They eat insects and insect larvae, snails, small fish, basically anything they could fit in their mouth, they will eat. They do have small teeth, but they like to swallow their food whole. From the family Protidae, and they are aquatic salamanders. Next animal today is the monarch butterfly. This is a monarch butterfly. You probably have seen them and heard of them. They're beautiful. Butterflies are butterflies living in most of North America. The adults like to drink nectar, while the caterpillars like to eat milkweed. This is a monarch butterfly's head. Look at the little proboscis that drinks up the nectar. It's like a straw. This is a monarch butterfly's caterpillar, the larvae. This likes to eat milkweed. Monarch caterpillars eat milkweed, which has glucosides. They take the glucosides and keep it in their body. So they're poisonous. And so are the adults. The adults can contain it. So basically when they get eaten, birds kind of get sick. And I don't think they'd feel very good after eating one. That's why spiders sometimes let the monarchs out of their web. God created them so amazingly because they have toxins. They literally start as an egg, hatch, go into a caterpillar, and then eventually they hit the pupae stage, which includes butterflies, beetles, flies, and wasps all have a pupa stage, basically going into a chrysalis or just in their own way, basically completely reforming their bodies. Because larvae of either a caterpillar is a larvae, superworms are a larvae, eventually superworms, they hatch into, well, beetles. Superworms, they're larvae, and this is a small one, but yeah, this is just the larvae state. Eventually, they hatch into, well, beetles. Their toxin doesn't exactly save them from winter. So every fall, they travel 3,000 miles. That is 4,828 kilometers. That's crazy. I guess it depends where they live, but in Canada, let's say Manitoba, that might be less kilometers and miles, but basically that's still a lot, like around 3,000 miles. And they travel from Canada all the way to central Mexico, which is a very long distance. They have to travel over some of the Great Lakes, and that's just a very far distance. They literally go all the way there to lay a single egg, and then they die. The next generation will make the journey back, and basically it repeats the cycle. If that isn't amazing, I have no idea what is. The last animal today is the blue morphous butterfly. This is the blue morphous butterfly. Look how big, blue, and vibrant and beautiful it is. The morphous butterfly is a massive 8 inches to 8 inches wingspan butterfly that lives in Latin America, Mexico to Colombia. Diet, surprisingly not nectar. It is either decaying or rotting fruit, dead animals, and fermented sap. Also, they might look blue, but they're actually not blue. Scales on the back of their wings reflect the light to make it look blue. So, sadly, actually behind the wings, it's actually just brown with spots. They're still a beautiful butterfly, even though they're not actually blue, but at least they still look blue. All these fascinating creatures are created by God. These are living proof that God exists, like this spineless yucca tree, and my aloe vera, and my toad, and my fish tank, and all my, this is all God that created this. Since there's all this nature, there has to be a greater being. We're not by accident. We're definitely not by accident. You could probably tell. But a lot of people need more proof, and I would say that's enough proof for me, but everyone's different. Well, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe to see more future videos. This is my aquarium, a 10-gallon. It's a top fin. I have a veil-tail beta, beautiful, 2 minnows, and it's kind of hard to see, but I kind of see one of my shrimp, my Amano shrimp, which can get 3 inches, and they love to eat algae. Very good at eating algae, but they're not exactly cheap. They're like $10 per one. But yeah, they're kind of cute.